We stand tall, never fall to the rise with wings of Atlanta. We stand tall, never fall to the rise with wings of Atlanta. We stand tall, never fall to the rise with wings of Atlanta.
Hi everyone, this is Nichel Anderson. Before we go ahead and start today of my summer podcast bonus during the summertime here, I want to go and touch on a couple of things, some news, some highlights, and that is my music. I have 5 songs that are currently available now that have been released. Do check that out. Do download and share. The music part that I'm releasing of my whole creativity is all tied into my dream, into making my book, Mitzrayim, a memoir of a past life in ancient Egypt, into a motion feature film. The music is part of that, generating those funds to be able to do that. On my website, highlig.com, you can get the remix. This remix of my songs is 3 out of the 5 that are released. It's going to be the Atlantans that release on May the 24th, the week of my finale podcast show. And that is on molay.com/Atlantans-song. I'm going to have these links in this description, so you can just click on it. You can go to the website, you can purchase it. Right now I am selling it for $2.99, and I think all of them I am. The other remix I'm doing is on my song You Know Me, and you can get that by just molay.com. Again, I will have the link in the description. When you purchase that, that goes to a funding of my project to fund my movie, my dream. I've been waiting to do that for over a decade, maybe more than 1 decade, but nonetheless, I'm just really focused on to do that, to get it done, to have that experience, to have other people to be a part of it, that vibration. And I hope that you can support, at least recommend or what have you. You can download that particular remix that you can't get it anywhere. The Spotify version is just the global release version. It is not the remix that I did. That's what I'm really holding on to. I love the whole process of creating music now, of my creativity, and releasing a remix that I've done. So it's like one of a kind in a way. So definitely go check that out. The songs that are currently available, you can definitely stream on Spotify and other places. It's going to be the Atlantans, and the other song is We Are Atlantans. That's more of the rap version. And then the other song is You Know Me. And then I released Kingship. And then the very first song I released was When Love Was Divine. All of these songs will be a part of my forthcoming album. Again, it's all geared to helping me to finance my dream, which is to make my Egypt book into a motion feature film. For me to write it, which I can, for me to direct it, which I have done before on W.B. Du Bois and Booker T film that I wrote and produced. It's the same for this one. This is my heart. This is a gem to me, and I want to be able to create that creativity in a film. And if you could do that, I greatly appreciate it. Do look out for the dates where I announce my future album, and I'm very excited about that. And definitely support by buying the remix. I also have an extended brand with Molay. That's molaybeauty.com. So this is where I selling essential oils, the luxury healing essential oils. So I have that link as well, Molay Beauty, and that's for kings and queens. Do check that out. It's really high quality, and we can ship global. Okay. Also check out my books, and that's of course my Mitzrayim Egypt book that I mentioned, and also Surviving Your Journey. I have that book out. You can go to nichelanderson.com, check out my books. I even have notebooks or what have you. And you can also go to molay.com if you want to get my Egypt book on that regard. Now let me go ahead and wrap this up right quick before we get started to the full bonus episode for this summer. The dates of my releases of my bonus check-in is going to be July the 29th. So after today, the next one I will release is July the 29th for the summer, and that's the month of July. And then the next month will be August the 26th. I will release another podcast episode. Then I will return back for my premiere show. That's the big show on September the 23rd. So again, these are the dates. I have it posted in the description as well for you to check out when I'll be releasing another episode. And this is just me to check in and see how everything's going. I will not be going in detail of the previous episode, like the finale. That's going to be a separate time I announce when I'm going back doing my director clip notes. It's just with so much going on, I just don't have the time, but I haven't forgotten it. And do check out my NFTs, the PMTR Pyramid Mystery Temple Reunion. That's available on molayworld.com. All right. Thank you. How y'all doing? Happy summer to you. This is Nichel Anderson, and this is my summer break. I like to do a touch base check-in during the summer where I'm off podcasting, but I consider my full schedule season that will return in September. I finish up my year 7, and I just kind of do a quick check-in, not too long, just to kind of highlight, the things about my previous year. I do a reflection of that. I answer just a few questions, not too many, of those that want to kind of know about some things, maybe my favorite episode or anything that they wanted to kind of get more clarification on, just kind of get some info, right? And I just get into it. So let's do that. And I do like to say a quick prayer. I give praise and thanks to God. Thank you so much, Jesus, for giving me this ability to keep going on my podcasting journey, going into my year 8. 8 years, right? And it was a dream of mine to just, particularly the first one. I'm having both my podcast shows combined this summer. I got to deal with it. For up to 7 years, I did it separately, my summertime check-in. So I did a lot of work. I have done a lot of work for both of my shows. I have been consistent. I never had to say this year, I'm sorry, I said I was going to do it, but I'm not. I have been consistent since I started way back in 2017. And I think that's a testimony to when you believe in your purpose. And my purpose was always for me to turn my book, Mitzrayim, a memoir of a past life in Egypt, into a feature film. That's why I came to Atlanta. And with that, all these other things came about. I never wanted to turn it into a play. That was someone that I thought, if you listen to any of my other episodes, I talk about that. Sometimes you will have faith in someone that showed that they are for you, but actually they were not. And they come on your journey. Actually, they think they come on their journey to help you, but really you're there to help them. Particularly if you're nice and you're kind, and that's who I am. People that really know me. Even the haters and the jealous and the envious person that mentally disturb on that part know that I never did anything to them to deserve what they gave me. But in scripture, it talks about that. Sometimes we can get confused, and I talk about it on my show, Surviving Your Journey to Success. Do check that out. It's a series called Forgiveness. I struggled with that because it was told to me growing up that you should just do it. But it always disturbed my soul and my spirit until I realized, wait a minute, that's a con. Because how can you do that when the person hasn't repented? And that's in scripture. That's what makes sense to our mind. Those that refuse that has a disconnect from the logical conception of what the mind is. I know that was deep, but that's what it is. That's what it was. That's what it will be. So I have a series about that, my take on it, my understanding of it, and how it goes towards your mental health. Mental health is important. And when I go to my other podcast show, Surviving Your Journey to a Success, both shows, I started that second. I did the Surviving Your Journey, the giving nature of me, because of my Twitter quotes. It seemed to resonate with people. I didn't even like to be on Twitter. I didn't understand it. And all of a sudden, it was something on my mind, and I just posted a quote. And it kind of went viral in my mind because a lot of people connected with it. And over time, I just kept doing it. And then I feel like I need to talk more about it. That was really a way for me to have therapy in the sense of talking it out. When we communicate by speech, that's healing to the mind. When you look at my other podcast show, Nichel Anderson, Short Stories and Beyond, that's therapy too in a way. It helps people to disengage of the insanity that they're in and look at how things can be in a balanced way. Sure, I got my characters and they're doing all types of stuff here and there in the sense of their nature, but I always make sure that it's divine storytelling, that it goes somewhere. It's not no freak show. It's not no half of a thought and then it doesn't make sense and then you're lost trying to confuse when you're already confused, seeking some type of understanding. So it's a lesson that I do in my writing, and then here with the podcasting, it helps me to elevate it. It helps me to tell the stories that I'm writing. So it's all connected. It's all about the journey. It's all about surviving it and how you do it. Tools are used, not substance, but tools. And with those tools are books, and that's why I have the Power of Reading Week, because books really transformed my life, living in a childhood that was of abuse, right, and going forward. So that was a long introduction, but I still kind of gave y'all some gems, right? I hope so. So let's look at this. This is going to be July focus, and what I want to talk about Let me see. Well, I gotta ask a question. It says, your favorite question I asked to my guests. You know what? I love that. It's called the segment of it. And go back and check out. I had wonderful guests my season 7. I mean, by far the best year. I mean, it just took off. I had so many people reaching out to me all over the world. They wanted to be on my show. Most of them were CEOs. You know, hey, that's how I roll. Y'all got to deal with it. And the very favorite question I had for all of them, I had some talented people in the music industry. Shout out to them. Oh my goodness. What's the motto? What's your favorite motto that you can share to somebody else? And it's always at the end of the episode. So go watch, go tune in to those guest interviews that I did, particularly last season that I just wrapped up, season 7, and you're gonna find some gems. Very, very, very. It's one of them. He's a CEO. He's like a confident coach. He was on my Surviving Your Journey to a Success. But I did highlight that on my Twitter, on my social media, which I still call it Twitter, y'all. And he said that, this is the quote that I love. He said, "Nobody wants a project or to fix you. You have to fix yourself." Now that's kind of like paraphrasing what he said, but definitely go listen to that. He really, really, really. I might have the link in this on both podcast shows, but that just nailed it, and it touched on my Nichel Anderson short stories and beyond, because mainly I'm talking about love, I'm talking about relationship, I'm talking about marriage, I'm talking about, you know, breaking up and all that, and finding one another, who you really want to be with, your true love, your soulmate. But in those stories, there are people that expect the other person to fix them. Is expect you just to accept it, and that's not how it should be. You know, if you definitely want peace and a good relationship, you need to work on yourself, and that helps you to learn it. So that quote, what he said, really stuck out. It kind of nailed everything for me. It's one of the best quotes that I have to ask that question. What's your favorite motto? What's your favorite motivational, I should say, quote, I should say. And they shared it, and everyone came up with it. Amazing. There was another one by Aaron that was on my my Surviving Your Journey to a Success. He did a wonderful one. The two we had 3 musical artists that came on. I had Chris, I had Tahi Vazio. They came on as well. They had good quotes too, so definitely go back and listen to that. All right, let's see. I got another question. It says the points made of my show episodes, if I can kind of overall give an assumption of summary of all the episodes for last season 7. What's the main point that I wanted to relay? I would say with my Nichel Anderson short stories and beyond, it was just how love can evolve and how you can connect with that if you're willing to grow. So I released a short story, Mole Love Groove. It's a new story. Do check it out on my podcast of that. And it's just about the adventure of that, of not being afraid. Y'all didn't hook up before, but now you're ready, and now you're kind of ready. You know, you're feeling good about it. So it was all about love and taking chances. I had the series of Nahar and Princess Amina, the Future series. I brought that back. It was over several years since I did that. So if you love that part, or you don't know about it, go check that out. It's going to be a long time before I bring that series back. So that was a big thing in season 7, and it focused on love as well. We learned new characters. When I look at my Surviving to My Journey, the main episode, I would say, or at least the theme, I should say, that's the question of all the episodes, Surviving Your Journey to a Success, would deal with courage. I talked about that a lot, few times in my episodes, and that was one of a CEO mentioned that the reason why he wanted to be on my show. It was a powerful episode that I did, and it just talked about having courage and why it's important and what you need to do about it. So I highly recommend to go check that episode out as well. But overall, the message, that's what the question is. What's the main point? Is that courage is important. Courage allows you to be you and to be on purpose. When you're not on purpose, you're confused and you're lost. When you are, ain't nobody gonna take that away from you, y'all. And that was the message and the theme. Having courage is everything. That is your water, right? And with that, you'll know how to fix yourself, be who you are on purpose to meet your true love boo. And if you're with your true love boo, congratulations. You keep going. You hear me? Aaron has says he was one of my guests, and he said, once you define your love language, what is your love language? Oh, I love that. And that kind of you know, just kind of connect everything. It resonated. Hopefully it resonates to you too. And let's see, the last thing is my favorite to do during the summer. I would say prayer, being grateful, thinking of my grateful list of things that I was blessed with. And last but not least, again, prayer. Prayer is the most powerful action you can do in the whole world. I don't care what's going on. You say that and watch things move because it's your purpose. All right, gotta go. Appreciate y'all. Talk to you in the next one. Hope you have a wonderful summer if you are, and if you're not, hopefully soon that you will. How about that? All right, talk to you in the next one. You know, but not it used to be to the pasa. Ability. To the possibility. Cherish moments is upon us. You know me, you know me, you know me, you know me. You my boo, you my boo.
Nichel
I want you
Anderson.
to. I remember, I remember, I remember.
Nichel
I
Anderson.
remember. Pyramid gold. Pyramid
Nichel
gold.
Anderson.
Pyramid
That no
gold.
other match our vibe of pyramid miles. My mistripe eyes only on you, baby
me.
boo.
I
You
always
know
love
me.
you too.
I love you.
I love you too.
You know me. I love you.
I love you. Sacred commitment. Sacred commitment.